Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am kicking off another reading vlog, which is kind of unexpected, but I live in a small town, so we don't have Barnes & Noble, we don't have any major booksellers. We have like one kind of indie bookstore and then a couple used bookstores and a Target. That's about it as far as book buying. And all that to say, my mom traveled to Dallas, Texas this past weekend, and she got to go to a Barnes & Noble. And of course, she's showing me all these videos and photos from Barnes & Noble, making me super jealous. And then she texts me and tells me, I bought you something. So all weekend I was sitting there waiting, and when she finally got home, she said, come over and get your gift. And she bought me How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. Oh, I'm so excited. I thought I was gonna have to wait to read this because I just didn't want to spend the money on it, and it's already on hold from like 3 different people at my local library. But my mom is the real MVP, so now I get to read it along with everybody else and see what all the hype is about, and I'm gonna take y'all along with me. Y'all, I just finished filming my January wrap-ups video, so check, got that done for the day. What are y'all up to today? Now that I've done that and edited the video, I actually filmed and edited my January wrap-ups. I think I deserve a little reading time, so I'm gonna nestle in with How to Sell a Haunted House and get some reading done. Oh my goodness, y'all. I've only read the first chapter and already I'm remembering why I love Grady Hendrix's writing so much, and I can tell that this book is gonna tug at my heartstrings. The main character is, I want to say 34 right when the book starts out, but I think maybe she's closer to like, I don't know, maybe 39 later, and I'm in my 30s, and she's just had her first child kind of at like 34, so kind of an older mom, which I don't have kids yet, so I know I'm gonna be an older mom, so I kind of already resonate with that. And she's talking about the death of her parents, which is not a spoiler, it's in the synopsis. And that is just, I can't even imagine having your first child and your mom and dad are only there for it for a short time. That would just be awful, because I love my parents and I cannot imagine raising a child without them. So I can already tell that this book might scare the crap out of me, but it's gonna pull at my heartstrings all at the same time. So I'm in for an emotional roller coaster, but I'm ready. Holy crap. I just read 6 chapters, about to start chapter 7, and this horrible puppet is already starting to freak me out. Puppets? Dolls? And they keep turning the TV on. Oh my god. And now this pumpkin one is sitting in the chair, and she did not put him there. Now she threw him in the trash. I don't know what's gonna happen about that, but only 6 chapters in, and I'm already stress eating tortilla chips. I'm gonna like spoil my dinner. Oh, Grady Hendrix. He does it to me every time. Every time. Anyway, this book is scaring the crap out of me. I don't like this whole doll puppet thing. It's just, oh shit. Oh my god, y'all. Look, you gotta check this out. This just scared the living daylights out of me. I like saw it out of the corner of my eye. Look. That! My dog's toy with those like dead eyes just staring at me. Oh, how am I gonna make it through this dang book? I'm getting scared by dog toys. Hey y'all, so I am on page 120 of How to Sell a Haunted House. That's about as far as I got last night, and didn't really get to read any today during lunch. I was handling some stuff with one of our departments, and then I had a meeting to prep for, so didn't get to read at lunch, but I'm gonna read a lot more tonight. I anticipate my husband is on shift, so it's just me here tonight. And I might even participate in some reading sprints. That usually like gets me motivated to get a lot read. So it might also backfire that my husband's not here, because this book is really freaking me out and I've got to go down that hallway by myself. So far, I'm really loving this book. So as y'all probably know, the premise of the book is that you're following Louise mainly, and her brother Mark is another sort of main character. You don't get insight into his thoughts, so Louise is your main character. But essentially she and her brother Mark, their parents have died, and they're both trying to figure out what to do with the estate, going over the wills, trying to figure out what to do with the house, and all that stuff that has to happen in probate. And this book is a prime example of why I will never, ever, 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 ever practice family law. Family law can be an absolute cluster. And the people that do practice that type of law do not get paid enough. My dog started acting crazy, so I'm not really sure where I left off. But I think I was about to say that basically you've got this awful situation with their parents' wills, right? Typically, married couples create wills that follow a basic pattern. If the husband dies first, the wife gets everything, then when she dies, the kids split it equally, and vice versa, right? Right. Well, their parents did not do that. So essentially, Louise helped her dad design his, which is sketchy to me. This whole book is trying to make it out like she's this poor, mistreated child. And I'm like, hold up, Missy. You were the one that went to your dad and convinced him to give you everything in his will and not your brother. You basically convinced him to cut your brother out of his will. You are not innocent, so I got my eye on you. Then the mom's will basically says that if her husband dies first, then she dies, then everything would go to Mark, which is weird. Like, why would she do that? I mean, there's really not a whole lot of explanation for that. So essentially, to map it out, if dad dies first, everything goes to mom. Then when she dies, it all goes to Mark. If mom dies first, it goes to her husband, dad, and then when he dies, it all goes to Louise. So, which sibling gets the estate all depends on which parent dies first. Here's the rub. They both died in the same car accident. Well, they had to get real specific. Technically, the mom lived slightly longer than the dad did. So dad died first, then mom, which means Mark gets everything. That butthead got the entire estate, except for the doll collection. That went to Louise. Something is up with that. I don't know what yet. Haven't quite figured that out. Something is up with that. And the main puppet that's creeping me out, Pupkin, she can like hear his voice in her head or some version of it. I'm like, those two have a weird connection. Not only is she cutting her brother out of the will, she's got a weird connection with the head puppet. I'm not buying the Louise is mistreated theme. I'm suspicious, but I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to read more, and the reading sprints, I don't have my watch on, but reading sprints are starting at 7 tonight, so I'll probably get a lot done in that time, and I will update y'all in a minute. What's up? I am home from work for the day. It is Thursday, the 26th. I think the last time I talked to you was probably Tuesday night. I feel like every time I try to vlog, my week goes haywire. Just been a crazy week. Not a bad week, just busy, full of stuff going on. And yeah, that's kind of been my life lately. But I'm home now. I've got How to Sell a Haunted House all ready to go. I managed to get to chapter 23, which is page 248. So over halfway through. I read quite a bit this morning. So I managed to get to chapter 23, and it's so good. You're starting, like, for a while now, Louise has been on my last nerve. She is acting completely self-righteous, in denial, not listening to Mark, not willing to absorb any other thought other than her own. And sometimes I just want to slap her. Like, snap out of it, lady. You are not perfect. Own up to your shit and let's move on. Okay. So yeah. Louise has been annoying me, but Grady Hendrix has started doing a really good job of going back in time a little bit and explaining how Louise came to be Louise and how Mark came to be Mark and why their relationship is so strained. And he's filling in a lot of the gaps that we've had up till now about why did this happen, or why did that happen, or why is Mark like that, or what's going on here. And obviously I won't go into detail because that just ruins it for everybody. But it's making me feel a little better about Louise and Mark as characters, because up until now they've just been annoying. But I think that's okay. I think Grady Hendrix, wants you to feel that way. If he has gotten you to react to a character that way, then he's done his job. My dinner is done. 1 second. Decided to leave it in another 2 or 3 minutes. I'm actually having mahi fish tonight with some quinoa, I think. What are y'all having for dinner? That's what I'm having. My husband's on shift, so it's just me. So that'll be my dinner. Might have a glass of wine, read my book. Should be a good evening. But I think I was saying, anyway, we're starting to get a little more insight into the characters, which is making me feel a little bit better about them and making me have a tinge bit more sympathy for them. As y'all know, the central theme is that this Pupkin is just evil. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if there's another word for him, but you start getting the backstory and his role in their lives, and all of that, and it's all coming together, and it's getting to the point where I can't talk about it a whole lot, but the next clip will probably be me finishing this book. If for some reason I chicken out and can't get through it tonight because my husband's not home, normally I'm not scared of the dark at all, but you know, when you're home by yourself and it's dark and you're reading a Grady Hendrix book, things go bump, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get it finished before this weekend because my husband and I are going to Houston, Texas. So I'd like to get it done before then and get the vlog all edited for y'all. So we'll see. If I don't, maybe you'll just come to Houston with me. I don't know. We'll see. But my dinner's about to be done, so I'm gonna pull it out of the oven and eat. No. What in the actual... She burned his ass. How? What the... I can do this. I can do this. Grady Hendrix is a master, y'all. Just complete genius. I don't know how he does it. I really don't know how he does it. He can just, you think the story's going one way and then bam, he twists it and throws you something else and always manages to like wrap it all up and have this just badass ending. I'm like, I really hope this doesn't put me in a reading slump because it was so stinking good. If you have not read it and you're wondering if it's worth picking up, it's worth it. All of it. Just, I can't say a lot because it spoils it, but so good, so good. I even ended up coming around on the characters. Even though they've been annoying me most of this book, they come around. That's all I'm gonna say. It's so hard not to give details, but oh, I loved it. So glad I read it. I'm glad y'all hung out with me for a few days while I read it. Thanks for hanging with me with these vlogs. I'm still getting used to how to even do these. I'm learning what's, what people like to watch, what's entertaining in a vlog, how to vlog, what to vlog. It's a new world for me, and I appreciate y'all's patience and your support. Every like, comment, and subscription helps. I appreciate all of you, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.